How often do you think about the way that you breathe? Not very often, right? Well, in this video, I'm gonna challenge the way that you think about breathing and show just how important this simple act really is to our overall wellness. But before we dive in, my name is Auriel and I am a certified holistic health coach. So happy that you're stopping by my channel. If you are into health and wellness, then you'll definitely want to subscribe. And if you enjoy this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Now, let's find out what kind of breather you are. According to psychologist and breath expert Dr. Diaphragmatic, there are two ways that people tend to breathe, horizontally and vertically. To find out which way you breathe, take a moment to observe your breath. Start by sitting up straight in your chair and placing one hand on your chest and the other on your stomach. Now take a few deep breaths and notice where you feel the most movement. Is it your midsection that's expanding and contracting? If so, then you are a horizontal breather. Or do you feel the movement in your upper chest and shoulders, as if you're growing taller on your inhales? If that's the case, then you are a vertical breather. So what kind of breather are you? Leave a comment letting me know below. Now, about 90% of us are vertical breathers, but I have some bad news. This is the wrong way, or at least not the way we were designed to breathe. Just look at the way a baby or even your pet breathes. You'll see their abdomen rising and falling while their shoulders and upper body stay pretty much still. So why do so many people breathe vertically? Well, modern society has made it pretty difficult to maintain horizontal breathing. And we tend to make this shift from horizontal breathing to vertical breathing between the ages of 5 and 10. And here are a few reasons why. We start to develop poor posture from sitting all day in schools and carrying heavy backpacks, and this affects the way that we breathe. Also, holding in your stomach to look thinner, I mean, we've all done it, or even clenching your abs in the hopes of building stronger core muscles, all of those things make it impossible to breathe horizontally. And then stress and anxiety, which are so widespread in this day and age, lead to short, shallow breathing, which only reaches the upper chest. It doesn't make it all the way down into the abdomen. So why does this matter? I mean, it's not a life or death situation, but there are a few problems with this vertical upper body breathing. One, it puts a lot of unnecessary strain on your neck and shoulders. They weren't designed to be in constant motion, and over time this can create a lot of discomfort and pain. Two, you're not getting as much oxygen. The most oxygen-rich part of your lungs is the lower section toward the bottom of the rib cage. Vertical breathing only uses the upper part of the lungs, so you have to take shorter, more frequent breaths in order to get the oxygen that you need. And we need oxygen to function. It's key for things like cell regeneration, energy, immune health, and more. And three, it puts the body in a state of stress. Those short, shallow breaths signal to the brain via the vagus nerve that the body is experiencing stress. This activates the stress response, aka fight or flight, even if you're not experiencing any stress externally. When the body is constantly in this stressed out state, it can lead to things like digestive disorders, sleep disturbances, weight fluctuations, even chronic illness. I have a whole detailed blog post about the effects of stress on the body, so if you're interested in learning more about that, I have a link in the description box. Definitely check that out. So let's talk about horizontal breathing, or as it's more commonly known, diaphragmatic breathing. And it's called this because it involves the diaphragm, which is a key muscle in the breathing process. It sits right underneath of the lungs, and when you breathe in, it contracts and pushes downward, allowing the lungs to fully expand. And then at the same time, it's pushing down into the abdomen, which is what causes the stomach to expand as well. This is how breathing is supposed to be, and there are many benefits to breathing this way. It relieves stress, allowing the body to relax and turn off the stress response. It lowers heart rate and blood pressure, provides you with more oxygen, helps to relieve pain, and can help improve posture. Okay, so are you ready to start diaphragmatic breathing? I will say that for many people, including myself, it doesn't really come naturally. Actually, one client of mine said it felt bizarre when she tried it. But it's just something we have to relearn and practice. Try this, sitting up straight or laying down on your back. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach, just like we did in the beginning. And start by breathing out, blowing out all of the air through your mouth to the point where you feel your stomach sinking in. Then breathe in through your nose, letting the air fill your midsection. You should feel the hand on your stomach rising while the hand on your chest stays relatively still. Now breathe out, tightening your abdominal muscles, letting your stomach sink back down to its original position. And repeat. It can take a little getting used to, and if you're having some trouble, try it laying down. Sometimes that helps to give you a better feel for it. But for most of us, we've been breathing with our upper body for so long, it's not something we can just switch off. So it's gonna take a little bit of time to get used to it. I try to practice diaphragmatic breathing pretty much whenever I can remember. I specifically try to do it whenever I'm stressed out or anxious, when I'm meditating, when I'm eating, because it really helps with digestion, and then also before going to sleep. But the more you do it, the more of a habit it will become. So as you can see, breathing is a little more complicated than you probably thought. But it's so cool to me that this simple act of breathing can have such a huge impact on our overall wellness. Before you go, I would love to know what kind of breather you are, so don't forget to leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.